Welcome to Green Inc., Golden Rule Environmental Entrepreneurs Network Incorporated. We're glad you're here. When you've finished with the tour, we hope you will be too. The tour involves a trip around our logo and an introduction to what the Pocket the Profit portion of our calling card represents. I guess it's true what the TV detectives say. If you want to discover the truth, follow the money trail. Those who identify with whom we call the New Americans have two alternative avenues of choice concerning the cost of being green. And if one uses both simultaneously, one gets more bang for their buck. The first avenue is embraced by becoming part of the Owner-Builder Association. This membership and its benefits are discussed in the article, Pocket the Profit. Individuals who may recognize the economics of this option, but are not yet ready to commit to the cause involved in the second option, needn't feel any shame. That's okay, everything in its time. This is known in biology as a symbiotic relationship, each one benefiting from the other, yet maintaining their own individual identity. The second option's involvement with Green Inc. is covered in an expanded version of the Arizona Heirs article, introduced in the Green Fields Forever port of call on our sister site, Circle of the Creator Yahweh. To us, combining the two options for pocketing the profit is perhaps the most exciting of all, that of becoming involved with Name One, the New American Mentor Equipping Institute, in building your version of the Arizona Heirs, which is discussed in the Sustainable Habitat Strategy article. Don't be afraid to read it, even if you think a symbiotic relationship is more to your taste. It shares insights into how to convert your most expensive liability into an income-producing asset. People who lived on a family farm have done this for years. Those who urbanize, started home businesses, or multi-level endeavors. The Sustainable Habitat Strategy has always been available in one form or another, but Green's unique twist has never been available until now. Arizona is actually leading the way. And with the recent April 4th, 2011 ruling by the United States Supreme Court concerning the Educational Choice Tax Credit, other states will soon be able to follow suit. The devastating lack of wisdom in the arenas of environment, education, and economics give ample opportunity for those so inclined to fill the void and profit from it. So inclined? Inclined in what way? Good question. So let me answer it with two challenges. First, what does it mean to you to be green? Environmentally friendly activities such as energy conservation, recycling, and lessening your carbon imprint. Perhaps you've even expanded it into including nutrient-rich foods, healthy preparation methods, and buying local or growing your own produce, and you brandish a green thumb to prove it. The challenge? How does it feel to be half right? What are you missing? Passing it on. Being a mentor full-time. How to do this and earn income from it is covered in the article, Sustainable Habitat Strategy. Second challenge, before you even read the article, do you have any sense of how you would know if you were so inclined? To shed light on that, let's expand our discussion of the logo of our calling card, which we introduced briefly in the Green Fields Forever port of call. Jesse, whom you'll meet later as part of the honey and oil production team, designed this logo, and we've discovered it stands for even more than we originally understood. You'll notice that there are 7 distinct aspects of our Tree of Life venue. The roots, representing the unseen energies which transfer life from the earth into our recognizable physical realm. Then there is the trunk and incorporated personalities representing the structure of individual paradigms, each one's worldview regarding our environment. Following that, we see the leaves and branches, which symbolize the intertwining aspect of life, as well as reminding us of the science of life cycle. The leaves, a photosynthesis factory, produce food, shade, and then recyclable nutrients, which close the chapter of their life's cornucopia in browns, yellows, and vivid reds, becoming humus and a nutrient source for the next cycle of life by nourishing the roots that produce their genesis. Above the leaves and pivoting around a fiery sun are intermingled fan blades of air and water, both necessities for life. To us, these three symbolize the transition from the physical realm into the spiritual. You might be tempted to ask, what does the spiritual realm have to do with business? Let's think about that for a moment. The spiritual realm is where one's paradigm governing how we treat one another comes from. If we connect to the survival of the fittest spiritual energy culminating in a might makes us right type of scenario, then we must reject the attitude that requires us to stop and take care of the helpless things in our environment. Without a golden rule connection serving as a moral anchor, all business ventures will result in self-serving agendas, culminating in the financial debacle exposed in 2009, and still being paid for by we the people to this day. The essence of the golden rule comes from observing nature, especially as depicted by our windmill symbol. Physically, we understand the sun to be the source of heat, which has been translated into marvelous venues of solar power, both passive and active. It is the source of life which casts away shadows and reveals truth. As marvelous as our sun is, we have discovered that it is merely a demonstration of greater stars, and some of us have begun to recognize a design of intelligence so magnificent we are left in awe. From what we have come to understand of this creation, who the intelligence behind it and the force that holds it together is, we are convinced that it is altogether fitting that we happened upon this special windmill, which the artist fashioned from sun, water, and air to be the symbol of the love and concern that Creator Yahweh has for His work. What moves this marvelous windmill? Could it be His breath? The invisible force that connects all things and the source of life that He gives and then receives back again at one's death? If that is too philosophical, think of this. Does His invisible breath move over your conscience, responding to the truth contained in the Golden Rule, energizing you to generate activities of harmony with Him and all of His creation? We believe so. And that, my friend, is why we relate business protocol to the spiritual realm. And that is why we are glad to be in Arizona, the Golden Rule state. Even if those presently controlling the politics of the state seem to have forgotten what it means when it says on their special license plate, "Live the Golden Rule." We at Greenink haven't. Perhaps such a moral note has already been sounded in your perspective to life's events. And that note seems to have a harmonic resonance with what you're reading here. Perhaps you have a vision of activity that you wish to share with others, be it business, political cause, or ministry. The need for exposure, for public effect, for platform and forum arises. This need can be served by the web if only one knew how to avail themselves of this tremendous resource. So allow me to introduce you to Honey and Oil, the rays of sunshine which enlighten the message of this and our sister sites, Circle of the Creator and Sea Star Mariners. Without this production organization, the effort would have been a bitter taste of frustration, and would also have been hindered by the friction of ignorance and inexperience on how the web operates. When the golden rule permeates your soul, I heartily recommend you contact Honey and Oil for website resources at economical fees. If, however, you have no definitive vision as of today, and yet respond to the initiative of the Golden Rule, we welcome you to share in ours. If you haven't done so, take the cruise of the HMS Sand Dollar and visit the ports of call we wish to be known for. Then visit our Sea Star Mariner site to discover if you're potentially one of us. Here's to life. L'chaim.